dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you. I say one dog, one child, one youth, one dog, you. Think big, you. Together we can do this in our continent, you. Think big, you.
Being the 1st of July 2022, this is Chief Abundance coming to you from the continent that has the most resources, both natural and human. I also would like to invite my Caribbean brothers and sisters to the continent. Yes, the living standard for most of the Africans are not comparable to us in the West. Yes, their infrastructure development, as I have seen in several African countries, are not to par with the West. That's the truth. But as you would have also been awakened to the fact that it is not by accident why the African continent and its people are where they are in the 21st century, where pongers of stones seems to be, pongers of stone, riders of keke and bikes seems to be the main industry on the continent. That's what it is. Ponging of stones, riders of motorbikes and keke, they call them. Those little buses that they can take 2 and 3 people. Yellow, blue, in all different colors. That seems to be and of course, the young people going around, Lone Star Mini, Orange Mini, Top Up. That is the economy here in Africa for our young people. But who will tell you? Who will tell you? I've just seen the National Executive Coordinator for Antigua posted in the group an article that just came out about. I did mention that a few times. Warren Buffett backed new bank finally launches Bitcoin operations for $54 million US. You're talking about one of the richest men in the United States that a staunch opponent of cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, that basically reference Bitcoin to dog dung. As we say, dog poo-poo. Does not worth any value, no intrinsic value. These are the people that you listen to, especially because of their color. But look at the monies that they're now investing. How much can you invest? I'm asking you, Tiashans, how much Bitcoin can you buy today? 5-10 years ago, you could have, the average Tiashan could have bought probably 10,000 Bitcoin. I'm talking about when the industry were basically giving birth. But you did not, because the likes of Warren Buffett's, Damien of Chase, and the Bill Gates they did not come out and endorse it, because if they did, a lot of you today would be billionaires. Am I not right? Because a lot of you heard about cryptocurrency long before mainstream. A lot of you had access, like my good friend in Sokoto that sold 100 Bitcoin for less than $45 US. If he had the proper information, today he would have been a multi-billionaire, investing in himself, his children, his community. Prosperous Prince, Madam Blessing, all these are people could have been multi-billionaire today, investing. But the information came from an unfamiliar place. And that's what will happen to a lot of us in TAC. Because the information is now coming, but you're comparing. The information is now coming, and the opportunity that they had 10 years ago, you have it today, but you're playing with it just like they did. A matter of fact, probably you don't even believe, because they did not. But fast forward 10 years today, it's a regretted decision that they did not pay attention. It is a regretted decision that they did not take time, just a little time, 10, 15 minutes, 24 hours to really understand. Like Hania Glasgow. Just a little time to understand. Be patient. Like Eric Finman, a dropout that is now going around the world, speaking to doctoral students in economics. Economists are listening to him, a dropout without a diploma. It's not the degree. And so, what is going to happen now? And as I said, I will tell you things before they happen. Because I've already seen where this is going. If it's not being averted by us, the poor people, we will wake up one day where cryptocurrency is now in the hands of the government and the elites, because that's where it's going. That is why the whales in this industry can plunge Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is plunging the way it is because it is now controlled by the whales. The poor people who had it in their hands, the early adopters of Bitcoin, they are no longer to be found. They're no longer to be found because they did not have the long-term vision, and they could not wait, because for us everything must be instant. That is why all the programs that come to Africa, they are instant gratification projects. People driving a BMW, big houses. Yes, that's what they do. And so they allow one person or two to benefit, and 1 million of you will suffer. Because that is the economy. Am I lying? You are in network marketing, some of you, for 20 years. Isn't that the model you see? 1 and 2 person at the top. Because that is their economic model. When they come into Africa, one person making 100,000, 200,000, and then 5 million is behind trying to make it. And so, a day cometh when the Damien of Chase Morgan, the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates will control the crypto space, and then they will bring the exchange under their control. So with a click of a button, they can determine the price at any time. Look at what is happening since Tetla Luno. The greed is still bleeding, and it's not by mistake, because while millions were losing their savings, their homes, while many were committing suicide, it allegedly that Kwan, I think his name, out of Korea, was having party. A matter of fact, he was predicting that not only they will lose their coin, but they will also, and their homes, but many will lose their businesses. Yes, no, the article came out. He was laughing at the people losing their money, but you cannot blame them. You know why we cannot blame them? Because we believe that foreign is better and white is best. And so all what you need to do as a white man or a woman is to come to Africa with you don't have to have nothing. You don't have to have anything, no certificate. You just come, and based on your color, you will get anything you ask for and more. That puts me to remember when I was fixing my house, because I told you that I have a house in Africa, very beautiful. And so when I was fixing the house, I had, as it were, a Caucasian or a white man to do my cabinets. And the only reason that, which is a Lebanese, but the only reason they were given the contract is because the local people, their level of professionalism is so undesirable. It's very undesirable. No professionalism in time, attention to details. But again, that is the education and the expectation of the continent. That is why we are where we are. It's not by mistake. And so you come from the West to live in Africa, it's a frustration. It's a frustration on all levels, because you're entering a society of beggars, and everybody think that you're here to solve their problems. They thumb their toe. You don't know them from Adam, but you now become you now become their father. I've never had so much children in my life than in Africa. And so the gist of all what I'm saying now is our condition that I am addressing, and the reason why TAC was introduced, and the reason why we need to follow simple instruction to allow the admin to lead, because this is a mission, a rescue mission for the Afro-Caribbean man to rise out of financial ashes and ruin, artificial scarcity, artificial food, expired drugs, expired products, and stop being the dumping ground, because that is what Africa is, the dumping ground. I have seen documentaries of products that have been concocted in countries with dangerous chemicals that are packaged nicely for Africa, because there is no standard at the borders. Anything can come in with a few dollars. And so the whole continent is basically up for sale to the highest bidder. You have money, you're welcome. And so my princess sister, 14 years of age, and I want the Tiashan to get this. She is 14 years of age. And she told my princess, oh, I never knew that a white man can work for a black man. I just want the Tiashan community to understand the standard that we are setting for our children. A 14-year-old is saying that she never thought that a white man can work for a black man because all what she knows is that the white is superior because she have never seen the white working for the black in her country. It's always the opposite. And that is true. Go into the African countries. I don't know which one. You will see the Chinese, the Lebanese, the Syrians, the Pakistan. Well, I mean, even though they're not white, but virtue of their color. But do you see them working for the African? They're working for the African man or woman. Do you see them? No, it's not. And so she's expressing surprise, shock that this thing could happen in Africa. But that is the standard that has been set, that you, the African man and woman, our portion is hewers of woods, carriers of water, pongers of stone, pushers of keke, and bikes. That's it. How do we change it? Do you think it's going to change by itself? How old are you? How old are you? And what is your community look like? In the 21st century, people are dying by the by the tens of thousands in Africa from diseases that does not exist anywhere else. What that should tell us. And you're still looking for handouts. You're still looking for handouts. And so, let me see what time I have. And so I am 17 minutes already. Have mercy. I have too much information. But tomorrow, I will go back to the exchanges and what is the target on the exchange. Not cryptocurrency, but the exchanges. And why servers, the provider of servers are anti-cryptocurrency. This is Chief Abundance. Good morning.